In 2005, Brittany's hope stepped into a place in Vietnam that would change everything. This was the House of Love before it was a home. This was the start of a blueprint that has become the standard for all of Brittany's Hope's partner children's homes. What you'll see in the early photos isn't warm, it isn't bright, it isn't comforting. In fact, it was bleak. The first people caring for the children were Catholic sisters. They had no support from anyone else, no safety net, no steady funding, no system coming in behind them to make things easier. It was Sister Agnes, a woman with a gentle soul and a relentless spirit, and 6 members from her congregation, and that was it. They weren't just caring for orphan children, they were carrying an impossible weight and still showing up day after day with courage, prayer, and love. But love alone couldn't fill empty stomachs. The children weren't in school, food was uncertain, and the sisters had to do what no one else should have to, relying on the already depressed community, pleading for food, simply to get through the week. Inside, the conditions were heartbreaking. The children slept on metal beds, hard, exposed, and cold. No softness, no privacy, no place to curl up and feel safe. Just survival. And when Brittany's Hope first visited, something happened that can't be explained away. They were compelled by the hearts of the sisters and by the desperation of the children. This wasn't a situation you could walk away from and think about later. It demanded a response. So Brittany's Hope made a promise right then and there. We will come back. We will help. We will not forget you. And because of donors like you, Brittany's Hope kept that promise. Not once, but again and again, returning 2-3 times a year, showing up with steady help, building trust through consistency. Because for children who have lived without stability, we'll be back only matters when you actually come back. And your generosity didn't stop at making things better. It refused to settle for good enough. Because Brittany's Hope doesn't just patch problems. Brittany's Hope is committed to solving the orphan crisis, one child, one family, one community at a time. So the transformation began with what was urgent: safety, protection, survival. Flood walls were built, because when the waters rise, children should not be the ones at risk. A water tower was established, not only for the House of Love, but for the surrounding community, because clean water isn't a privilege, it's a lifeline. Food relief reached beyond the walls, because you can't build a thriving home in the middle of a desperate community and pretend it's not connected. And then, as the children stabilized, when they were fed, safer, and finally beginning to exhale, Brittany's Hope and its donors did what you have always done. They pushed the mission to the next level, not settling for basic, not settling for better than before. We kept going until it felt like what it was always meant to be: a home, a place with open arms ready to embrace with welcome home. And that ongoing commitment is still reshaping the House of Love today. The flood walls have been enhanced and strengthened because protection has to last. Students and families have been supported through enterprise projects because dignity grows when people can provide, create, and build something of their own. Bikes have been provided for students and youth in the community because education opportunities shouldn't depend on whether a child can get there. The home is clean and airy because children deserve an environment that supports their health, their growth, and their well-being. And in that open space, something else has grown too. Children playing together, forming friendships, building a collective spirit, gaining strength, better health, and reclaiming inner strength and self-worth. And now, 21 years later, many of those first children are living the brighter futures once only hoped for, thriving in families, pursuing college degrees through the Hope program, and succeeding in careers of their own. That is the power of a promise kept, and you helped keep it. This is what you made possible. Not a temporary fix, not a surface level improvement. A place that was once bleak became a place filled with light because you didn't settle for good enough. And because Brittany's Hope kept showing up, because you kept giving. So many lives have been changed